Alright, let's paint up this guy with the yellow Aquarius. There you go. So, I just wanted to paint this guy up a little bit. Hopefully do it on camera. Let me zoom in there if I can. Show the contrast against the white paper, because it won't show unless I got it over something that has no contrast. It's really alcohol-y. I didn't mask that up, and I don't really care. I could go back with some other shit and paint it black later. I just want to get them all pretty much done. And I like the way this is coating. I don't know where all these scratch marks came from. Like, the primer looks like he's got a bunch of scratches and stuff. And something to note. Looks like it's tape marked or something. My camera's fucked. I fucked it up a bit. So the eject on the SD card that goes inside is fucked. It doesn't eject anymore, which I don't like. So it's just, now I just close the lid and hopefully it recognizes the SD card, which it does, but still, it's like, okay, well, my camera's fucked. It's broken. Still works, but it's still broken. Which I don't like it. No like it. Shit. Put that up like that. Alright. Stay up. And let's spray it. Nice yellowish color. I'm gonna have to go over this stuff with the clear coat later, but this doesn't smell so bad. I'm not wearing my mask, and it does. I can smell it, but it's not as bad as that other fucking shit. And so I'm liking it. The only problem I've had so far is a little bit weird with the. I mixed it 2-to-1, and I was talking to my friend, Japanese Sandman, and he said mix it a 3-to-1, and because of some drying issues and some spraying issues, and it seems that maybe there's a little bit of clogging in my line, in my gun. So this stuff, maybe it's too thick, or the alcoholic, I don't even know if it's alcohol, but it smells like alcohol. And if there's one thing I know is, and you think I'm gonna say alcohol, but no, I'm talking anal beads. That's one thing I know. Anal beads. And where is my alcohol today? It's over in the other room. So I'm gonna go back over all these pieces with a clear coat later, but yeah, still I only got 3 more pieces to do. Primered that. I'm gonna go ahead and do this guy yellow, and I'll do it right now. And the wheel. And then that's it. And then he's completely yellow. No more of his orange, except for his head. And the way I like to paint is get the light reflecting off of the paint so that I can see how wet it is or dry. And if it's too wet, well, then I let the air blow on it a little bit, drying it. that's what I do. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. That's what I do, just to get a nice coating. And you know, I heard that, you know, you're supposed to go for like 50% coverage and then go over it and, you know, whatever. But I don't really do that, because I try sometimes on the big pieces, but on the small pieces I just kind of make sure it's all kind of nice and moist and juicy, like dog semen, you know. I try to get my paint the consistency of dog semen. You know, a lot of you guys are going, what the fuck are you... Dog semen is not the right consistency. It has to be fucking rabbit shit fucking consistency, or fucking mice. Oh shit, look, my glove came apart. Oh look, it's coming apart. I think it's the alcohol in this thing is tearing up my gloves. Done teared up my glove. Done teared up my glove. I think that looks pretty yellow, so I'll just leave it in like that. Look at the shine on that. I'm liking this aqueous paint. Pretty nice. Then I'm gonna do a clear coat on top of this, like I've said a fucking billion times. Look how fucking dark that clear coat is. That's fucking dark. I think this aqueous has a faster dry time. So I'm gonna try to do the coverage like I should. So you can see, there it goes. That went on a little thick, but I go forward on the. Now I'm just spraying air. It's just air. It's drying. And what I like to do is rotate the piece into and see where the wet parts are. And then on the dry parts, or the not so wet, I like to go over and spray it up a little bit so it has an even wetness, I think. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but I just like to do it. And sometimes what I found is that if you spray over a wet part, that's like wet and it already has a lot of paint on there, somehow it dries, you know, I think it's the air that's in there. It helps dry it down, and so it seems kind of counterintuitive, you know, to spray on top of a wet part, but it sometimes works. At least it's worked for me before, so. And of course he's not completely perfect, because I didn't really care to make him perfect. Yeah, it smells a lot more like alcohol than that fucking nasty ass paint thinner, which I'm liking the smell. It smells like kind of like disinfectant when you get your herpes tested for. When they make sure that you do have the herpes and not one of those people that don't have the herpes. And by herpes I mean hairpiece, because you don't have all 13 forms of herpes, then you just ain't fucking cool. I went in for an AIDS test to make sure I did have all the forms of AIDS, and I actually introduced a new kind of disease called she's talking AIDS and herpes all together in one disease. It affects people who have too much time on their hands and like talking shit. You get it from getting butt fucked by a leprechaun. You know that SSJ video where he did Mrs. Red Alert, like me. And he said, then go kidnap a midget. I lost it on that. That was, what? We're kidnapping midgets. Why the fuck would anyone do that? That's fucking crazy. Nobody fucking kidnaps a midget because they're fucking fast. You can't catch them. They're like fucking little fast leprechauns or something. Ruben, what's your obsession with leprechauns? I don't know. Once upon a time, I was in the bathroom, and I looked over to the stall next to me, and I saw a dude, and his fucking schlong was like schlong a fucking long ass fucking dick. And so and I said, man, he was really small, and then he was like, oh, you got a big ass fucking dick. I told him, and he said, I'm a leprechaun. And so I said, oh, and I grabbed him, and then he said, oh, okay, you got me, you get 3 wishes, but you gotta let me fuck you in the ass. And I said, well, I didn't hear about that part of the wishing, giving part. And I said, yeah, that's the rule. Let me fuck you in the ass, and then I'll give you, every time I come, I'll give you 1 wish. And I was like, all right, well, all right. If that's the way it works, if that's the way it works. So a little man with the fucking big ass dick started fucking me in the ass, and I was like, oh shit. And then, I was taking it like a man, because you don't want to take it like a fucking pussy and get fucked in the ass and then start going, oh, my ass hurts, because then he'll just laugh at you and probably fuck you harder. So you don't want to do that. So when you're getting fucked in the ass by a man with a big ass dick, you make sure you take it and standing up and like with a smile on your face and shit like that. That's the way to take a dick in the ass. Anyway, so he comes and I was like, oh, okay, I want a big ass fucking house. And he's like, yeah, okay, when you get home you'll have a big ass fucking house. And I was like, all right, cool. So he fucks me some more, and then he comes again, and I was like, fucking, that's 2 loads of fucking man juice in my ass. And then I said, okay, well, you came the second time, so next one I won $1 million. And he says, okay, when you get home, you'll have $1 million. And I was like, oh, that's good. I'm fortunate there. And then he was like, so, well, what do you do for a living? Oh, and I was like, oh, I do this and that and shit. And he's like, oh, well, that's nice. And he's fucking me in the ass. And so where do you live? Oh, I live in Tokyo. Oh, really? Well, that's pretty cool. And he's, he's got his dick all the way up in my asshole, and then just fucking tearing me, and no fucking Vaseline, which I thought was, even more macho, because you don't want to take fucking, it wasn't Vaseline, no, you want to take it like a man. And then he's like, oh, so how old are you? Oh, I'm around 30 something, or 17 or whatever age I am. And he's like, oh, really? So you live in Tokyo and you're 17 and or whatever age you are, and yeah, and you still believe in leprechauns? And I said, oh shit. And then so essentially, you see, he was fucking me in my ass and coming inside of my asshole, and he wasn't even a fucking leprechaun. It was just a little fucking dude with a big ass dick fucking me in the asshole in the fucking bathroom on the airplane. That's what was going on in the Robot Adventures world. Alright, I finished painting these games, and I'm gonna see if I have space for this in my butthole. Alright, talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Nice story, man.